So today I had to open the Quest 3 to polish the lenses because this is a second-hand Quest 3 and it had some scratches that actually were scratching almost only the anti-reflex coating. But during the polishing, the initial polishing, I managed to polish the scratches and enlarge basically the patches of coating that was missing. Basically, the difference was visible inside the headset. So I decided to polish everything because the coating is not really that important. So you can do it, everybody can do it. It's not really difficult to disassemble everything. There are tutorials how to take the parts out. Basically, you first take this thing out, use tools to pry. The thing has some clips. You find tutorials like Fix My Oculus and so on. And then these are also popping up out. You will see tutorials, and these have 6 screws, and they're very easy. Just to make sure you use a small screwdriver, Phillips, that is magnetical, so you don't lose the screws inside. Take good care about it. Don't rush. This is the most important thing. Don't rush. And then after you take them all out, you have the lens. Don't clean. You will be tempted to clean the lenses with everything attached, and it's possible. However, it's very difficult, and you cannot clean the outside part correctly. And since you will be using substances, a lot of them, they will just get inside and create a mess. So just take your time to take everything apart. And now, the most important thing is don't use tools. If you have um, to watch a tutorial how to do this, don't jump into using electrical tools, because you will be using compounds or sandpaper to clean the lens. So this is like car compounds. For example, this is the compound to cutting compound, and this is the polish compound. And this is the what's the polywatch compound. So this is the finest. This is almost same as this one, and this is to cut the scratches. And you can also use sandpaper. You, if it's really bad, you can use like you start with 1500, and then you go to 2000, then to 2500, and then finish with the 3000. Normally this is almost like 3000. However, you will see that after you finish with the 3000, use water, not a lot, but you just, it has to be wet, remember this. And then when you jump to a compound like this, you can buy it from all shops. This compound will actually make the lens clear again. So after, don't get scared, after you are using these from 1500 towards 3000, you'll have a matte surface, so you will not see clear through it. But once you start using the cutting compound, the lens will become clear again. Don't panic, don't use tools, don't rush. It's very, very important. I will explain immediately why it's very important not to use tools, especially if you don't know how to use them. Because then you will finish, after compound, you will finish with the finish. And then if you have polywatch at the end, this is even finer, you can use polywatch at the end. So why not use the tools? So because you are using sandpaper first, let's say you are using sandpaper first because you have scratches that are too deep and so on, and you will have to use sandpaper to make everything flat again. Then you end up using the compound, and you will be tempted to use the compound with the Dremel or something like that, because it's a finishing, basically it's a polishing compound. It will polish the lens. You will not see that actually it warps the lens. and it just creates small warps on the lens. And when you put the lens on your eyes, you will see warpings, small, barely imperceptible warpings, and they are very annoying. And this is because the tool has created dips, very, very, very small dips. You cannot see them with the naked eye. Almost you cannot see them. You have to really, really, really struggle to see some, but not all. And so the tool, it will cut very deep, very fast, not deep, fast, and it will create those. But if you are using your hand, you will not create such things. So first cut in squares, small squares, like a bit bigger than your thumb, and then polish always circular, never in straight line, always circular, always circular. When you, and wide. When you're doing circularly and wide, you will cut all heels, and you will do the surface back to its normal curvature. It is a curved surface. Don't use something to keep the sandpaper straight. No, use your hand. The hand will just push slowly and will follow the contour. But since you are insisting with 1500, 2000 and so on, you will slowly get back to the curvature, or almost the same curvature. You will not be able to get back to the factory one, but it's enough to be working with. And then after you finished, when you reach the compound, use also the hand, and for that use thicker, if you find thicker tissue for the lens cleaner, lens cleaning. So this is for cleaning lenses or screens or something like that, but it's thicker if you find thicker. If not, use as thick as possible, like usual cloth to clean your lenses. You don't need something that is doing the work. The compounds are doing the work. The sandpaper is doing the work, not the cloth. The cloth is just carrying the substance. And the difference is you can finish this in 1 hour or 2 hours with the assembly, or you can struggle then to repair if you rush with a tool. With the electric tool, you will finish the cleaning of the coating like in 20 minutes, but then you can have warps in your lenses, and then you'll lose hours to take them out, which I did. So that's why I'm doing this video. Just take your time, don't rush it. It can be done, it's not really difficult. And even if you do some scratches, or you warp it a little bit, you can remove them with patience and then time. But don't use tools, don't insist. You will see pictures with ruined headsets that are just really deep grooves inside. That's irreparable. Only the small ones, but just basically the conclusion is don't use electric tools if you are needing a tutorial. So if you are somebody that needs a tutorial, just abstain yourself from using tools, because they can be dangerous for the lenses, because you cannot see what they actually do, because you use them with compounds that actually polish, but they polish badly. That's the idea. Okay, that's all.